Hello Internet, this is Sergeant Fury 740, and this is Frogger Vlogs. Frogger because I sort of sound like a frog, and Vlogs because sometimes I talk about the game, and sometimes I just talk about current events or what's going on in my life. As you can see, this is a free-for-all on Dome, and today's topic that I wanted to discuss was the return of Hutch, who, if you don't know, is a relatively famous Call of Duty commentator here on YouTube. He worked for a YouTube channel which is sort of like the ESPN for video games, and specifically the branch that dealt with first-person shooters, Machinima Respawn. He was one of the founding members of that channel, and then he sort of just got sick of it, and he quit. So I'm going to be talking about that decision that he made and his recent decisions to start doing videos on his own again. And I also thought I would discuss what it means to sacrifice for your craft, and sort of what I thought about it before this thing with Hutch, and what I think about it now. Before I fully get into that, I figured I would let you know why I use this gameplay. I do think I win the game with a relatively good KD, but it's not the best game in the world. But what I did think was impressive was I get 9 kills in a row right off the bat. I sort of struggle in the rest of the game with campers and spawn kills, but the game started off really awesome, so I figured I would use it anyway. Now, getting back to the main point of the video, Hutch left because he really didn't enjoy what he was doing and where he was. It's not very clear whether he just didn't like being in mainstream gaming media, or if he just didn't like the sort of life he was living in Los Angeles, but whatever combination of things it was, he wasn't digging where he was, and he wanted to make a drastic change. Some people, such as myself, sort of saw Hutch as being spoiled because he has this amazing job just being able to play video games and have people watch that, and that's how he makes money. But Hutch recently returned to his YouTube channel, is making videos there, and in his first video back, he explains that despite what some of his fans are saying about not giving it the good old college try and leaving such an amazing opportunity that other people would die to have, he had to make a change because he wasn't happy. It wasn't that he was lazy, it wasn't that he was ungrateful, it's just that he was really actually depressed, and he wouldn't be happy until something changed. I thought this was really interesting because, I was using this summer to sort of reprioritize. For those of you who don't know, I don't just do these videos, I do another channel that is geek related news. I used to do another channel for spoofs and sketches. Those got really hard to do since I had to actually convince other people that I know to be in them, and I have to actually write a script for those videos, arranging shots and locations and yada yada yada. I also do a print and web comic called The Fascinating Flyboy for a project that me and my friend Matt started called Pow Comics. All these projects stem from what John Green, another famous YouTuber who is also an author, what he would refer to as a desire to tell a narrative. Obviously, I'm not really telling a story with any of these gameplay videos, yet when I got involved in YouTube, I saw all these sort of narratives that were formed around gameplay videos, such as John Green's FIFA videos, in which he owns the British Swindon Town Swiddly Poopers and sort of makes up stories about their lives, the friendships that were formed at the Machinima Respawn offices, as well as with teams like Passive Aggression. I thought that making YouTube videos would sort of organically evolve into that sort of community, and instead of going through the pains of trying to get something published, I could just upload a video and sort of get that same feeling as I do when I'm writing and somebody reads it and likes it and we discuss it. Now, I'm not going to say that, I don't enjoy making YouTube videos anymore, so goodbye, guys. But after watching Hutch's video and his explanation as to the emotions that he was going through, I sort of could emulate them, and it was sort of like a light switch in my mind. I sort of saw how making videos hasn't really filled that hole in my heart that writing and having people read what I wrote and discussing it, that writing used to fill. Now, editing videos for me is fun, but that narrative, that original spark hasn't come yet. Passive aggression has that trademark of winning games without getting any kills. From what I've done so far, it's basically just me and my friends getting good games and setting it to good music. Now, that's fun to do, but is it as enjoyable as writing something completely original and having somebody read it and be willing to discuss everything that that story brings up for them? To me, it's not that fun. And even with my other channel, where I'm bringing entertainment news from a geek angle, there are other people on YouTube that are doing that. Now, for my fans that, watch all of my videos, I appreciate you. I really do appreciate all of your support. But what I want you to know is that in the end, I feel like I'm cheating you as a viewer if I'm not doing, what I'm passionate about. For those of you who watch these gameplay videos, you know that I'm not like an MLG pro, and you can probably tell that I'm not as good an editor as maybe like Evan Eckert or somebody like that. And even with my entertainment news show and my spoofs and sketches, I feel like they deserve a lot more production value than they're getting now. I'm not calling you an idiot if you like the quality of my videos. I think I would enjoy them more if they were a little better. My compromise, however, will be that since I don't really get to do a lot of videos during the school year, I'll take that time in between the more sporadic videos to try to find that magic ingredient that I think is missing. But don't worry, because as for now, this has been your gaming vlogger, Sergeant Fury 740. Don't forget to be awesome. I do love your faces, and I will see you guys later.